Right, my 86 Jaguar XJ6 Series 3 is now up and running. Let's get it in the workshop then, get it up in the air and see just how much of a turd I've bought. Right, so as you guys know, this thing has failed its MOT a few years ago. I know there's going to be rust on the back end. I know there's electrical things going on with the wipers not working and the lights doing some crazy shit. I'm not too bothered by the electrical stuff. That should be fairly simple, fairly straightforward fix. What I'm more interested in is how bad this thing is in underneath. So I'm going to get up in the air. We might even be brave enough to jack up each axle and have a proper look. Right, here goes. I genuinely have not seen under here before, so I'm looking at this the first time just as much as you guys. So let's start at the front, and first impressions, not too bad. This is pretty crusty here. That's the radiator support. It's still pretty solid though, so a good wire brush and maybe a bit of underseal there. Suspension arms are, again, crusty, but fine. Definitely know we need tyres. I'll probably do a whole set. So now we get to the more structural stuff. So front jacking point, solid on both sides. Pretty pleased with that. The floor here looks okay. This one we know is a bit shot, but we can get good repair panels for those. So we'll be able to repair that easy enough. The exhaust looks tiny, but then I'm used to the S-Type. Oh, this has been looked after. The amount of solid of underseal under here, I don't know that this is original or not. Like I said, I haven't had one of these myself before, so I don't know how well undersealed they are, but it does look looked after. There's welding there, and it does look like they've missed a bit. This was from a couple of years ago. I know that's in the MOT history. That needs cleaning up and welding properly because there's gaps in that. Again, this side, that looks like it's just full of, I don't know that that's even metal in there. So let's clean that off and have a look. Now we get to the first bad bit, and I can pull off rubber sealant from there. And I'll jack it up in a minute and we'll have a proper look, but I know that that's bit's pretty far gone. Again, looking here, that is seam sealer. I think that is just to tidy up the panel. The panel doesn't look too bad, he says as he pulls off. Yeah, no, it's not. Oh, I don't know. That does, again, I think that might just be a case of clean up the weld. This arm, as you can see, is about to fall off. The bush has completely come away, and I think this all just needs a good clean up. So that's not too bad. Over here, again, it's been welded before. It's not too bad. This side looks much tidier again, so apart from that bit there. Dual rear springs. A long time since I've owned a car that's had them. And they're, again, pretty crusty, but not broken or anything. Okay. This here is non-structural and will have to come off so I can take the tank out. We know the boot floor's gone there because we can see the daylight through. So there we go. It looks pretty bad there actually. Oh, I can see it hanging down. Okay, we need a boot floor. Oh dear, that's. I wonder if this is a separate panel like this side's. It's not. It's raining rust. So these are actually, this one looks pretty good. That's been replaced, I would imagine. So yeah, we want to take these off. I'll find out if these are separate as well. They don't look bolted on, so I'm gonna assume they're not, but I don't know, I'll find out. I think next thing to do then, we'll jack it up and we'll have a proper look in all 4 corners with the wheel on lock and see what other horrors we find. This doesn't look too bad to me, to be honest. Again, actually the outer seals, let's do the outer seals first. This one here, I'll get my light, it's been welded before. Again, under sealed, it's not too bad a job, it doesn't look great, it's not the right colour. I've just noticed a split in the paint there, that's probably filler. Bottom of the doors, have seen better days, but again, I own worse. This lower wing is not great, and what that is, just like joined up paint or filler, who knows. This here, I don't know actually, I think again that's, sorry, I'm holding the camera at a weird angle. Oh no, there you go, there's a hole. There's a hole, we've got some welding to do there. It's not too bad, it's not too bad, that's to be expected. Inside, let me just see if I can pull that down without giving myself tetanus. That'll do. Inside, I'm going to hold you at a weird angle again. Inside is not rusty, that's been treated or painted. It's very surprising. This bit here, this is just, I think again, it's where they've undersealed over, it's where they've undersealed over the original paint, so that's why there's red in there, but it's solid. We'll be using that to jack up in a minute and find out if it is indeed as solid as I think. Let's just check the other seal on the other side. Front valance again, it's had some stone chips. Oh, there's a hole there. But, it's not too bad. This one's pretty far gone, part of the wing, I believe. So yeah, maybe look out for a new wing, but that's not going to cause an issue for MOT because it's a bolted panel. But yeah, this seal here, let's have a look at this one. This one looks in much better condition actually, much better condition. You can see some of the original red paint. Again, the rear corner's been painted, been welded in the past. I've just noticed a hole in the floor there. I didn't notice earlier. Is that a hole or is that more of that cheap underseal? Oh, I think it's just cheap underseal actually. I'll give it a bit more attention when we come to weld the rest of it. Here we are. Oh, what this stuff is. This is, it's very shiny, very thick. Like that is metal that I'm pulling off there. I think there's possibly a small hole up in there, to be fair. Again, we can look at that when we're in there welding. This rear bit here, you can see this is a repair panel actually. It just stops there, they haven't quite finished it there. Yeah, let's pull that off. So, let's see if I can get I think you can get this whole piece here. So I can cut off what I need to weld it in. Again, this bit of paint there is cracked or filler. So, a bit of attention there. A lot of the bodywork, I think I've mentioned in previous videos with the other XJ, with my S-Type, that I use a guy called Chris, Coastal Auto Body, and he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant when it comes to bodywork and paintwork. So this will certainly be going to him for that rear corner. If funds allow, he'll be getting things like sills and stuff to tidy up, maybe the bottoms of the doors. I might just give him a budget and say, do what you can. So I look forward to that. Before we jack it up anymore, I just need to mention our sponsor for this video, eManual Online. If you need a workshop manual for your car, don't matter what car it is, I almost guarantee you they'll have it. I think I mentioned in the last video, my Pontiac, they managed to find a workshop manual for the engine, which I couldn't find anywhere. It's not exactly a common car in the UK, in America, let alone the UK. I've got a manual for this from them, really easy to do. If you want a 22% discount, use the discount code MARK22, you'll get yourself 22% off. I'll put a link in the description below. Click on that, go and do it. It's really, really easy. Whatever car you got, like I said, pretty sure they'll have a manual for you. Right, all jacked up. I have used the jacking points, and believe it or not, there was no crunchy sounds that I was fully expecting due to, you know, corrosion. But yeah, none of that, which is great. So, inner arch on the front. Here's the original paint again. Quite clearly been undersealed, not very well. You know, I will go over all this afterwards when we're done and just give it a proper underseal. So let's see if we can turn this wheel. I was wondering if I can see the brakes at all through these pepper pot wheels. There's rust on them, they don't look that bad. I can't see the pads. Take the wheels off at some point. Not doing that in this video. Let's have a look around here then. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got then. Well, everything's a bit crusty. Ball joints actually look alright. They actually, just noticed they are exactly the same as the X300, or they look exactly the same. Whether they are or not, I don't know. But yeah, I had them on the X300. Again, it's this is crusty. I'd like to think it will clean up. It shouldn't be too bad. Right, let's have a look. So over here, end of the seal has a hole in it. I don't know if you can see actually. Again, it doesn't look too bad inside. You can actually see quite well there. It doesn't look too bad in there, so it's not too. I was pretty impressed with that. And around this side, let's see. Around this side. Brake hoses, not too bad. They actually don't look very old, if I'm honest. The union's looking pretty good nick. Yeah. Presently surprised. Okay, let's check the other side then. Okay, so we got the same rust here. I think it's mostly surface. I think it looks worse than it is. This panel here has been replaced before. You can see the welding on there. Again, it's all same old. Wiring into the front, the original red paint, there's a bit of rust there. Again, wire brush and a bit of underseal. There you can see the filler sticking through there where someone's skimmed the front of this. Oh, this seal. That flaky paint, I think there might be there is a hole there. Not as bad as the other one, but there is definitely a hole there. Sorry if the camera keeps blinding me. Oh, I don't know if that's a hole or if it's like a trim. I think that's for that. I can't do it with one hand. I think that's actually for that. So, okay. I think this one we might get away with. This was the better side. Let's just move this over. There we go. And looking under this side again, it's actually in pretty good nick. This brake hose again doesn't look particularly old. So pull this stuff off here, and you can see the metallic red paint. I think I don't know what it's called actually. I'm not even going to try and guess the name because I'll get it wrong. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty pleased with the front end. Mechanically, there's no excess play in any of the ball joints or anything like that. So mechanically, I think we're all right. Let's shift to the horror story then, potentially. That could be the back of this thing. Okay, well, unfortunately, I haven't been able to jack up here where I wanted to and drop the trailing arm. This side was fine. I just realised there's a jacking point there. I couldn't see that before. So this side was fine. The other side was making some horrific cracking noises. Almost got it up in the air before I chickened out. So I've gone on the section of the floor here that's 90-degree right angle. And even then, the other side was making cracking sounds. So I think a lot of that's going to have to be cut out and checked. But for this side, Yeah, let's see what we can see. Got wiring coming through here. There's a little bit of a hole there, I think. There's that under seal. I've put gloves on, by the way, because I know that this back end is worse, and I don't want to have a bit of protection from my thin gloves. Okay, I think that's just flakiness and corrosion around where the rear mud flap is, so I think that's okay. The rest of the inner arch seems pretty solid. Now weirdly, both rear corners on the last MOT had failures for, I think it was excessive corrosion likely to adversely affect steering or braking or control of the vehicle or something. Now the weird thing is that so when you do an MOT, it's basically not multiple choice. You get a list of options, and there's things that are very, very similar. So you have that corrosion likely to adversely affect control of the vehicle. You've got corrosion affecting structural integrity. There's all sorts of things like that. So chances are they may have, whoever MOT this may have selected the wrong one. However, I can't find, it's pretty tricky, unless the repair has been done. Although I just noticed there's a hole there, but that's not corrosion, that's just an adequate repair, a bit like the weld missing from there. Yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting failure because I can't find, I was expecting these bottom mounts here to be the thing causing the problem. And maybe they were. I don't know if how recent any of this is. Maybe that's what it failed on before. And then they, I don't know, didn't get it ready for a retest or something. I have no idea. This side, however, this side is pretty bad. As you can see, there's a hole. I'll move my hand. This is the side that I can't, jack up high enough to get the wheel off the ground. But we've got a lovely hole there, as you can see. It feels like I'm going to pull that out. I think this is, someone just glued a panel on. In fact, you can almost see here whether it's filler or something. Yep, that's filler. Okay, someone's tried to fill the hole rather than repair it properly. I'm just going to try and fish out what's in there. In fact, I think that is that the seat? Yeah, that is the, probably almost get my finger, you can see me moving the material there. Okay, so that's rear seat out. That's going to be fairly straightforward repair. Up here's crusty. That's probably inner arch. Part of the arch. Again, no, it's not. Oh, hold on. I was going to say there's no hole there, but I just realised I think all of this is filler. That is filler. See, it sticks to the door, sticks there. Oh, I think it's sticking to that edge. Oh, it's a toughie there. I don't know if that's... Okay, that bit's not. God, this bit here is really thick. Look at that bit moving there. There we go. Wow. So I think the first thing I'm going to have to do is try and figure out how I'm going to get this on a two-post ramp. Right, let's have a look inside the sill. Okay, from what I can see, I think you guys are probably going to see a bit more than me in there. Doesn't look too bad. Again, it's going to be the whole corner off. Yeah, that I'll get. I'll probably have to get a whole repair piece to come down here, do the whole arch and the bottom of the sill, and yeah, I don't know quite what I'm going to do in there. This arm's got to come off anyway, because as you can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera, bush there. This is the top part of the bush that's not actually in the arm. So yeah, it's arguably this bit's worse than I expected. Actually, I haven't looked around the rest of the arch. There's a bit up there. That's all flaky. I think it will clean up all right. And then round this side, again, you've got this. You can actually see the fuel tank. So yeah, there's bits and pieces, but not. I think the whole car in general is about what I expected. I've been doing this job long enough to know that even the smallest bit of welding, bit of corrosion, can turn into something horrific. So yeah, I'm gonna have a think. I'm pretty sure I will still get. I've basically got two options here. I can either repair this, which is what I think I'm going to do. I've got a gap between Christmas and New Year where I've got the workshop to myself, so as long as I can support that rear corner, I can get it on a ramp, one of the two posters, strip it all down, get all the welding done, everyone's happy. Or my other option is to break it, and should be able to double the money I paid for it. But I don't really want to do that. I am annoyingly a sucker for keeping old Jags on the road, well, any old car on the road. You've seen from the history of my cars and how bad they've been when I bought them. I don't like cars going to the scrapyard, so I'm pretty sure this thing's going to be rescued. I'm going to go and sit down and have a work out what panels I need, what the costings are involved. I know some of the panels can be horrifically expensive and some of them can be ridiculously cheap. So yeah, pretty sure I'll be saving this thing. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and tune in for the next video. See you then.